Hey, what's up, guys? March Madness is here. The NBA and NHL are both in full swing. Baseball opening day is coming up, while we here at the Painted Lines are devoted to bringing you top-notch content from all the major sports. We are excited to also now give you the opportunity to cash in on all that content and knowledge. If you follow the link below, you will have the opportunity to sign up with BetRivers, an online sportsbook, and get an instant new user deposit match of up to $250. That's free money that you can use and try to turn into more free money. Let's go. Don't sit there and waste all that money. Turn every basket into an otherwise meaningless Cavs-Timberwolves matchup in on a random Wednesday in March. That makes it all the more exciting. For betting tips and advice, be sure to check out written content from our top prognosticator, Money Max, on our website at thepaintedlines.com, or check out the Tough Cover podcast right here on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. You've seen the commercials all over TV and radio, but now is the time. Sign up today with BetRivers using the link below and start cashing in on your love for sports. Using the link below will automatically inform BetRivers that TPL sent you, and you'll get that new user deposit match of up to $250. Don't miss out on this opportunity for some free money, baby.
Back in this building, I know you played the Lakers, but now facing your former team, the Clippers, Tobias coming back. What are the emotions there for you?
Well, I'll get a chance to say hi to, a lot of friends, a lot of people. I made a lot of good friends here. Not just the players, but people behind the scenes that you guys never see. All the people that work with the Clippers. I basically hired them all, or was responsible for hiring a lot of them. So I'm glad they're all doing well, and so more of that than anything else.
And one more for you, then I get out the way. Today, the Nets got LaMarcus Aldridge, like the monsters of the East now. How do you approach the playoffs, even though you're at the top of the East, knowing that you have that Goliath potentially heading your way down the road?
I don't worry about it, to be honest. We kind of worry about ourselves, and that's all we can do. We like our team. We like who we are. We like how we play. So I don't give it a lot of thought.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tomer. I apologize, I'm butchering your name.
Hey, Doc, it's good to see you. I hope you and yours are well. We didn't have a chance to talk to you since you left, but over the years, you've had a lot of great moments. I mean, I think the organization was kind of a laughingstock before you got here. You really brought them up. What is your favorite moment with the Clippers organization over the years?
Oh, gosh, I have a lot of them. Tomer, I would probably pick the Golden State series just because of what we were going through at that time. I thought the franchise was on the brink, if you know what I'm saying, and not only how we dealt with it, but more that we responded by playing well enough to win a series that I thought for the franchise almost was a must-win series because of what we were going through. So watching our fans, just the entire group rally, I would say that was number one.
And then, Lou was recently traded away from the team, but you really were responsible for some of his best years. I'm curious, what do you think he means to this organization coming after, post-Lob City era where you guys were retooling?
Yeah, Lou, Pat Tobias played a big role, Gal, Trez. I mean, a lot of guys. We made the move where we moved away from CP and Blake and DJ, and those 2 years really were the bridge to create the franchise that the Clippers have now. And those guys are all responsible for that. Lou was phenomenal for me. It was like having the greatest relief pitcher, that you just threw in the game, and he got points for you and buckets for you, and that was huge.
Thank you, Don.
Let's go to Andrew with the LA Times.
All right. Hey, Doc, good to see you. I'm curious, what Ty has said that when he became coach here, he feels like he's a different coach than he was in Cleveland. Obviously, he had a year plus out of the game, though. You were out for like 5 days. Just curious, did the experience with the Clippers the last couple of years, does that inform, do you feel like you're any different the way you handle anything or approach the job with the Sixers now?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you approach every job different, Andrew. My first job that I lost was with the Magic, and I had a half a year, to do TV and watch other teams and evaluate. Coaches always evaluate. I mean, Ty was so much better the second time around with me as an assistant than he was the first time, and because you could see that hadn't been a head coach. That he had learned so much more, and he was so much more sure of himself. We just keep growing. I don't think you can stop. You have to keep getting better. But more importantly, you have to change with what you have. You try to coach, you coach different guys. This team I have now is a very young basketball team, especially their stars are young. So you definitely have to deliver messages and do things differently.
And then back in training camp, he said once that, Ty was sitting right next to me. I don't know how much different it might be this year. When you've watched now, you've had a body of work to watch what Ty's done. How much different versus expectations do you feel like what you're seeing on an on-court play?
Well, they're a different team. And, dude, they don't have a lot of the same guys. They run a lot of the same stuff that I run. I mean, going through shoot-around today, I thought we were going through our shoot-around at times. But I wouldn't have changed much offensively either. I mean, they were pretty darn good last year. The difference is they got a chance to practice together, and you can see that. I think they've given the ball to PG more, which I think has helped him. Him bringing the ball up the floor. So they've made some good changes. The biggest change I see also is defense. I think they are a better defensive team. It's funny, the numbers don't exactly say that, but when I watch them, I think they're going to be a better defensive team, one of the better defensive teams when the playoffs start.
Thank you. Good to see you.
You're up.
Hey, Doc, it's great seeing you. Knowing this team as well as you do from last year and knowing Rondo as well as you do, what do you think Rondo brings and how he'll impact this team that might have been missing last year?
Well, leadership. I think Rondo, I think obviously his point guard play, it was difficult at times last year, especially without the practice time that we didn't have. To run a play down the stretch where you didn't already have the ball in PG's or Kawhi's hands. Now you don't have to do that. You can actually run a set where Rondo can deliver the ball. But I think, as important that's going to be, I think his voice is going to be even more important. I think he's one of those guys that will speak up, will speak the truth and tell everybody and hold everybody accountable. I think that's important.
And for you personally, how how emotional tonight will be. I mean, you've returned back to Boston after winning a championship there, and they'll show a video and everything, but there won't be fans here to kind of give you a standing ovation that you deserve after all you did here. Will tonight be weird, or will it be emotional like normal?
Well, it'll be weird. It's always, first of all, it's weird even with fans when you come back to a place that you've been, right? And then to walk into it this way is just really it's just different. It really is. We are having fans now in Philly. I think we have up to 3,000. I may have that number wrong, but it feels different. It does when you have some fans in the crowd. No doubt about that. But none of that will take away. I had a lot of good years here, and for me, none of that. Not having fans won't take that away. The 3 or 4 days I've been here, you see them on the streets. Even though we can't be on the streets, and that's been nice.
Thanks.
Got time for a few more. Law Murray, you're up.
Hey, Doc, good to see you. I remember 5 years ago when Ty won the championship and how proud you were of him and how you been an advocate for him even before he became the head coach. And then now that he succeeded you, how have you kept up with him? How have you been able to support him, not just going into this week, but really since he got the job and coming into this season?
My position with Ty hasn't changed. I mean, he's always used me as a sounding board. That hasn't changed at all, and that will never change. I knew Ty was going to be a hell of a coach. I don't know why I knew that. I just knew it. I felt that. I've coached for 20 whatever years, and I've only told 3 or 4 players, when you retire, call me and I'll get you a job. I've told that to a couple other guys too. Ty was one of the ones that called me, and said, okay, I want a job, and we got him a job. We didn't have a job, at that time. It was during the season in Boston, and unfortunately, I was working for Danny, and I called Danny and said, hey, we need to create an assistant coaching job, and Danny did it. So, so that part of it hasn't changed at all.
Let's take these 3 questions remaining. Rayshawn, Joe, Mirjam. Go ahead, Rayshawn.
Hey, Coach. Prior to you getting here, the words Clippers and championship contender were never necessarily mentioned in the same sentence. When you reflect on your time, what do you think most about, what do you remember most about your time being here?
Well, that's, if you remember when I took the job, I said I had several goals. One is when you hear the Clipper name, you look at it as a classy organization that can win, and a championship organization. Well, I think we did that as far as everything except for the championship part. You got to win that to become that, obviously. But last year we had a shot. This year they have a shot. And I feel like I played a part in that. And so I was very successful in that way. Never as successful as I wanted to be, as far as taking this team all the way to the finals and winning it.
Let's go to Joe next.
Hey, Doc, welcome back. Just wondering kind of what you've seen from the Western Conference this year, what your views are, and have you been surprised by Utah? Plus, the way things are going, it could be the Lakers and Clippers in the first round. So it's, kind of a little bit different than last year.
Yeah, I still, listen, Utah's been great, and I think Q's done a heck of a job. I think, we forgot that they were missing a key part in the bubble last year, and McDonald's just coming out and he's playing great. So, but I still think the Clippers and the Lakers are still the team to beat in the West. I just do. And that's from afar. I don't watch as much. It was so much nicer watching games when I was living West because I can watch a game and go to bed. Watching West Coast games on the East are no fun. Let me just throw that out there. So I don't see as much of the West Coast games as I used to watch. So, but I don't see anyone better than those 2 teams. And I know Denver, I thought, had a great trade deadline. They did great moves. Utah is playing unbelievable basketball. So they're going to be right there. Portland, I thought, improved their team as well over the All-Star break, or over the break. But I still think it's the Lakers and the Clippers.
All right, last one to Mirjam.
Hey there, Doc. Congrats on your success so far in Philly, man. Welcome back. Ty was saying that how much he valued all your mentorship over the years, and that it's a little weird when he goes against you compared to sort of the playing a former team. What's it like for you to kind of coach against a guy who, wouldn't be a coach if it weren't for you, maybe?
Well, it's always weird when you go against any of my guys. Going against Tim is just weird, I always thought they had an advantage because they sent like Ty every single ATO that I ran in practice. Ty every one down. He actually has a book of every single play that I've ever ran. And so I don't have a book of theirs, So I think it would be fitting if they both would walk over and hand me sets, all their sets that they've run. I think that would be very much fair. But, listen, it is strange because you want to beat your friends sometimes more than you want to beat your enemies. And that's just how it works. But after the game, we're back to normal.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there you have it. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, joined. I see a lot of familiar faces. I see some new ones. So thanks to everyone. Please smash that like button, subscribe. It really helps us. And visit the Painted Lines. And we will talk to you soon.